Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about some high-end and some luxury products that I regret purchasing. This is not a fails video, so I don't want to get it twisted. It's not something that I'm like, this is absolutely terrible, but these are just things that I either don't reach for, or maybe they didn't really work for me. I don't think that they're terrible. I think there's like one thing that I would say just is actually a fail, but other than that, I just regret purchasing these items. I think it goes without being said at this point that if you love these products, that's awesome. They just didn't work for moi. All right, without further ado, I am going to go ahead and jump straight in. Please don't get mad at me. Please don't get mad at me. But this, I feel like I purchased this palette. It is the Pat McGrath Mothership Mega Celestial Divinity palette. I feel like I only purchased this because I review things and it's Pat McGrath. I absolutely love Pat McGrath. The problem with this is, the packaging, it's just not up to par with what Pat usually puts out. And then on top of that, I had a lot of work. I put in a lot of work to get the Star Wars collection. And I know that, it is nice sometimes to be able to get your hands on things that you weren't able to before, or to have a better price point. But it's kind of irritating to have, the packaging just not be as great as I don't know. To me, when I hear Pat McGrath, I just think about textures, amazing quality, the packaging even being amazing. And this, just straight out the gate, it's not good. It's not bad. It's just something that I would find, a typical palette. And then I kind of want to cut this off. There's this little string that holds the palette. And initially I was like, oh, that's cute because it would hold the actual mirror up for you, but I would rather be able to just flip it backwards. Anywho, this is the palette. These 3 or 6 shades, 3 and 3, and then these 3 and 3 are from the Star Wars collection. So I already have them. The only new ones are the ones in the center, and some of these shades I feel like are repeats in her collection. They're not exact dupes, but they're shades that you can find in her collection, and I have her whole collection. So it's just like, I don't know, I just wish that I had said, you know what, I don't need this. And the funny thing is, I'm such a Pat McGrath collector that I still won't even get rid of this. I'm going to keep it, but I wish that I hadn't purchased it. I wish that I just would have said, you know what? I have 12 of the shades in other palettes. I don't need this. But, I mean, it is what it is. I do regret purchasing it, though. I do. And I think that if you already have the Star Wars collection, or even if you have most of Pat's palettes, or a lot of them, it's just not a palette that you really need. Just my 2 cents. These I fully blame on Kelsey Brianna Bay. Maybe not both of them, but at least one of them. They're both from Dior, and I initially was going to skip these because Dior has been back and forth with their quality. I believe I've actually talked about that as one of the reasons why I don't pick up as much from them as I used to, them and Chanel. But I saw Kelsey wearing this palette right here. That's the highlight. This palette right here. This is the number 5 or 5 Colors Couture Golden Nights palette, and it's called Golden Snow. And even looking at it, when I got it in the mail, I was like, this is so pretty. And I'm telling you, if you were to go watch Kelsey's video where she had it on, I was like, that's stunning. I mean, I had to have it, and I called her and I was asking her about it. I was like, do you really like it? And this, and she's like, yeah, you need it. Well, let me just swatch these for you really quickly. So let me get the darkest shade. And I'm telling you, on her, beautiful. So there's the darkest shade. And the textures are nice. I don't know what it is about it. I've tried it, I only think like 2 or 3 times, but there's the other. You see, they look kind of dry on my eyes. They kind of end up blending together. Here is the green. I'm just going to go ahead and swatch all of them. but they looked so shiny on her. But on me, I'm telling you, it just did not have that same wow factor. There they are. So, I mean, if you're looking at them, they look pretty. They have a nice shine to them, everything. Looking at this, I would be like, oh yeah, in the store, I would be like, give it to me. If I saw this in the store, I would want it. But I don't know what it is. My eyes do not look as pretty as hers. I'm telling you, it's just night and day. I've tried using them wet, and it's just too much effort for the price point, and I definitely can find other things, like in my Pat McGrath palettes, you know, I definitely have things that would create the same type of look, but it would actually have a little bit more of that special factor on me. But like I said, if you want to see it and you want to see it look amazing, check her video out. And then along with that, I purchased this highlight, which is called Rouge Blush Golden Lights. Now I have no idea why it's called a blush. It's not a blush. It is definitely a highlight. This would be a blush on no one. It's so dry. And the first time I used it, I thought, oh, maybe it's just that my skin's dry, because sometimes my skin is dry. No. And then I tried it wet. No. It's just, it is a powdery, like, where is the reflection there? It's not, no. It is chalky. It is not cute. I wouldn't even want to use it as an eyeshadow. So this is actually something, like, I'm going to keep the Dior eyeshadow palette, but I'm actually going to declutter this. I thought about this video whenever I opened this while I was doing my collection video. I was like, I need to talk about some things. I'm not going to declutter everything. I'm going to talk about some things that I regret, and this is just definitely one of them. Again, number 310, Golden Nights. Next up, this actually is not in the high-end or luxury category, but I don't remember how much I spent on these. Let me look. I want to say that they were $25 maybe a piece. Yeah, these are from Bitter Lace Beauty, and they are $25 a piece. So let me quickly show you, and then I'm going to read the description. I actually tried doing a video with these, and if I still have the video footage of me showing what this looks like if you were to swatch all the way across or try to go, yeah, I'll put it in, but I don't know that I still have it because the video messed up, and yeah. Anywho, I'm going to insert a picture though after I talk about what these are. So this is titanium quartz. It's beautiful. Before I used it, it was definitely a little bit more, you could see the rows of colors better. And it's supposed to be, let me read the description. Inspired by the rich, colorful crystal that is titanium quartz, we have created the first multi-chromatic rainbow. It has 6 shifty shades. So if you go across, you can kind of see green, blue, a teal, purple, like a pinky shade, and then a little bit of gold at the bottom, but they're very hard to try to get one shade. And so it says a deep marine to amber to gold, a deep pink to amber to gold, a deep purple to pink to amber, tongue twisters, a deep blue to purple to pink, a deep teal to purple to gold, a deep gold to green to teal. So what happens if I were to go across it this way? No, I mean, it's really not even doing it now. You can see the little shift in there. But when I first got it, when I would swipe my finger straight across in the way that these are striped, so horizontally I would go across and you could see the different shades. That's going to be hard to get on your eyes. Well, then I tried to see what would happen if I, mixed it. And this is what happens. You do have a little bit of a shift in there, but not much. Not much. And then I also tried to just kind of go across one, and then let me get like down here. So you can get different colors, but it's just not worth it. It's a pain in the butt to use. I would much rather have several different multi-chromes or duochromes or anything like that. I like this as just, I'm gonna swirl my brush in it and just use it. And then it's the same thing with this one, which is, I still have stuff on my fingers. I'm trying to wipe it off. My poor Sonia G brush, the towel, it's like covered in everything today. This one is Aura Quartz, and this one's going to be much harder to see because it's white, and but it still has those little rows, and it's the same thing. Let me go across, and this one is a little chunky. Like, it's a little chunky because it makes a mess. But they are pretty. So if I'm going to use them, I'm just going to use them as just regular eyeshadows. Now I'm going to insert the look, and I was trying to get different colors on my eyes, and really I think you could see the inner corner is lighter, and then the outer corner or the outer part of the lid is deeper. You don't see the different colors and everything, and you can like try to get more blue-green on this side and more purpley on this side, but it's not worth it. It's not worth $25 each for these. I would have these in smaller pans and use them. I think they're pretty, but definitely not worth it. Like, they're just not worth it. I'll keep them in my collection and I will use them, but I wouldn't suggest it. If you want something to be multi-chrome or have the shift or anything like that, just get singles. Get the shades that you like and just get singles. Now, I know you guys have heard me talk about this before, but I'm finally just going to admit I really do regret purchasing this. And I'm even having a hard time using it because I like it, but I don't know. This is, how much have I used? I am up to here, I think. So I don't have much left, and I don't think it came with a lot to begin with. I can't tell, there's writing over the top. But this is the Skin Caviar Perfect Concealer from La Prairie. I believe this was over $100. Let me double check the price. Oh my goodness. I thought it was $125. It is $185. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, and on the other, you get a little non-usable tip to blend in your concealer. No. The description reads that it is the perfect fusion of concealer and an eye treatment that smooths, brightens, and corrects the entire eye area. If you want something that is going to treat the eye, treat wrinkles, treat crepiness, any type of concern that you have, don't get a concealer. I just got this because I was curious. I was like, I wonder what this would actually do. And it's not my favorite. I mean, it doesn't look bad. I'm not going to tell you it looks bad. It doesn't look bad, but it does not look $185 good. It just doesn't. And I need to use this up before it goes bad because, again, I do regret purchasing it. I was just curious. Curiosity killed the cat. That is for sure. That is for sure. But I have no one to blame but myself. Now, this next one is a new one. And the reason why I regret it is mainly because I don't like the highlight in it. And it's the new Marc Jacobs Cafe Marc Jacobs Omega 3 Tantastic Glow number 200. So I don't think this is a bad product. I like the bronzer and I like the blush. Do I like my other bronzers better? Yes, I definitely like my Jouer bronzer, the Sunlight and Suntan better than this, and then my Charlotte Tilbury I like better than this, but it's still a good bronzer. If it was a whole pan, I would say, yeah, like I would keep it. And then the blush is really pretty as well, but it kind of reminds me of slightly like Wayne Goss's Coral Rose and slightly like NARS Behave, and then even, let me get out my Jouer blush. I don't know if you'll be able to tell on camera, but I feel like I can get a very similar look with this blush as I can with this. I do not like the coconut smell, I'll tell you that, but I knew that going in because I have bought Marc Jacobs products before, and the coconut line definitely smells like coconut, and that's just not my favorite smell. Anywho, these two products right here are pretty, but I have other things that I can reach for in my collection. This right here, it looks dry on my skin and very textured. I was not a fan of this. It's just, I don't know. I feel like he needs to work on the highlight portion because it's not it. And if the highlight had been better, I probably would keep this. I'm probably going to gift it to somebody else because not only does it smell like coconut, I knew that. again, going in. And I don't like the highlight, but it also has Z-Maze cornstarch, and yes, I do know that the cornstarch that is in makeup is different from baking. Somebody commented that, and I literally LOL'd out loud. I was like, duh, yes, I know that. But it's something that can irritate my skin. Just the spill really quickly if you are new to my channel. Cornstarch, Z-Maze, and products. If it's a setting powder, usually I will have more of an issue. If it's a bronzer or a blush or something like that, I can typically use it and then just stop using it. Just don't use it every single day and I'll be good. So with this, I knew that I could not use it every day and I would be good. But the thing is, I just don't like this highlight. And if I don't like the highlight, am I gonna go reach for it? No, I'm just gonna grab the things that I have and use them. So I regret getting this because of the highlight mainly because of the highlight. Everything else I could deal with, but it's just that highlight is not a good highlight. Speaking of highlights, this one was sent to me and I purchased it. So I'm putting it in here. Brand new. I thought that this was going to be the same formula, or at least reminiscent of the IRISEE formula, which I love. That formula is so good. This is the new iced out highlight from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Now again, I don't think that this is a bad product. I am going to keep this. I'm going to use it on my eyes. I could pop it on right now and it would look so good with this look. And when you touch it, like the highlight that it gives, so forewarning, it does have sparkle in it. I've tried to take off the top layer, trying to see if I could maybe get a different texture further down. I don't know if you guys can tell, I have a little bit of hard pan on this from trying to use this and trying to get it to work for me, but it just doesn't work for me. But I do like the color. I'm gonna put it over top of my tattoo. That's it, but I want to build it up just a little bit. So it has this really pretty gold and it had a slight green shift to it. But on my skin, it doesn't really melt in. It looks dry and I see the glitter particles more than I want to. So I like it for the eyes, but I don't like it for my face. So it's going to take a long time to try to go through this. I have a feeling I will declutter it after a while. It's just not something that I'm super happy with. The last product is from somebody that I love him so much. I think that he is such a kind soul, and like there's a picture of him like crying at Sephora with his brand. It actually made me tear up. I am super sensitive. I know you guys know that, but I feel bad saying this, but this is definitely something that I don't reach for and I regret purchasing. It is the Master Metallics by Mario. He has a good line. There's definitely things that I really like in the collection, and then there's some things that I don't like. This was in the middle ground for me, and I think I mentioned that I wouldn't really grab for it. I didn't think I would grab for it very much because I had a little bit of a fading issue with it. The colors are really pretty. I love this shade up here, but I have a lot of these metallic palettes, and I definitely have my favorites. I love the one from Charlotte Tilbury, the Icon palette. I love the the Viseart palette. This is the #2, Grand Pro #2, with all the different textures. There's several that I really like, and then, Nude Pop, or no, Color Pop. Something, not Color Pop, but Electro Pop from Kevin Aqua. So I don't reach for this. When I think about adding a metallic shadow in, this is not something that I think, oh yeah, let me go grab that. So I don't use it, therefore I regret purchasing it. But hey, I was able to give a review and test it out and try it out for you guys. So there's that. But these are the products that I'm just kind of like, meh about. Kind of wish I didn't spend the money on them. Not that big of a deal. Not utter fails or anything like that, other than the Dior highlight. I just think that is a fail. But everything else I don't think are fail products. I just want to reiterate that. Anywho, if you enjoyed hearing me ramble on about things that I regret purchasing, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, and hey, leave in the comments section some things that maybe you thought you would love or that you bought on a whim and you regret purchasing. I love you all, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.